Now let's talk a little bit about your personal brand. Now there was an article in the Harvard Business Review, this was about 5 years ago I think, which said that your brand or your reputation is your most important professional asset. Now just think about that for a second. Your most important professional asset. So in other words, your brand will determine the trajectory of your career. And we know that it's something that you build slowly over time, maybe over 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, maybe even 30 years, and you can lose it in an instant. One too many drinks at the Christmas party, a few inappropriate comments, and suddenly your brand is not what it used to be. So it's very fragile, but so valuable. Now, companies know this, of course. They know the benefits of branding their business. I was reading recently that the Coca-Cola brand is now worth $100 billion. It's astounding. I mean, huge numbers. So of course they invest a lot of money and time into building that brand and maintaining that brand. Now, what about us and our personal brand? How do we create our brand? Well, we're not suggesting that you go off and get sort of celebrity endorsements or make your own TV commercials, but there are things that you can do every single day that will elevate your brand and protect your brand. And this is what we recommend you do. So there are 3 key elements to work on here. The first is your authority. The second is your presence, and the third is your impact. So let's firstly think about this authority piece. Now, your authority is everything that you've acquired in the past. So it's your academic qualifications, your technical qualifications, your work skills and expertise, even your voluntary work that you've done in the past, anything that has created the person that is sitting here in front of people now. The problem with this, though, is people don't talk about themselves very often. They don't like to self-promote. Particularly here in Australia, there's definitely this tall poppy syndrome thing going on. So what do we suggest that you do to make sure people are aware of the depth of experience that you're bringing to your current role? Well, there are a couple of things. One is to make sure that your LinkedIn profile is up to date, so that if somebody were to look at it before meeting you, they would see what a well-rounded person you are and what you're bringing to the table. The second is to take every opportunity you can to talk about your capabilities in the form of a self-intro. Now, we don't mean that, of course, that you wander around introducing yourself to people who already know you, but please don't assume that people that you're talking to in meetings know what you've done in the past. Understand what your authority is. What you need to do is earn the right every single time and demonstrate to them that you do have the skills and the expertise and the knowledge to deliver this project or to achieve this outcome or to lead this team effectively. So LinkedIn profile, self-intros are the key to demonstrating your authority. The second one is presence. Now, this is how you show up now. What is people's experience of you when you walk into a room? It's funny because probably one of the most common things we get asked by people who come for executive coaching is, I've been told I need to develop executive presence. And they don't really know what it means or what it looks like. And the secret is in the word, though, presence. So to have more presence, you just need to be present with people. If you are presenting to a room full of people, are you really present for them? Are you tuning into your audience? Are you stopping if people look confused or surprised? Or do you just keep rolling on to get to the end? Are you creating opportunities for interaction so you're getting their opinions and their insights? But also, if you're an audience member, if you're just sitting in a meeting that's being chaired by one of your senior leaders, are you leaning in and showing curiosity? Are you asking questions? Are you seeking to learn as much as you can, even if you think the topic's not particularly relevant to you? Because people notice the curious people, the people who really care about what people around them think. So presence is quite an easy thing to work on. You just really need to show up every day and show interest in other people around you. And then finally, this idea of impact. So you're bringing all of the skills and experience from the past. You're showing up in a way that demonstrates your care for the people around you. But how do you then shift them? How do you shift the way they feel, the way they think, and the way they behave into the future? Because that's what true impact is all about. This is everything that happens in the future as a result of the words that you share in meetings. Now, to do this, obviously we recommend working on communication skills. It's pretty obvious, but doing the work around who's in your audience, how do you design content so it's succinct and memorable for them, and how do you deliver content in a way that engages and holds their attention. If you manage those things, you will ensure every time that you have impact on your audience. So we recommend that just think of your brand as almost like a daily practice. Am I building my authority? Am I showing up in ways that count? And am I communicating effectively with the people who are in front of me? Doing those three things will elevate your brand every time.